Mitch's Music. This morning, we are going to talk about a picking pattern that can help you improve your pick accuracy and get you playing cleaner sounding chords and help your changes a little bit as well. And this, I decided to do this right now because a lot of these videos that I'm doing at the moment, I'm in a folk song kick, and so I'm doing some bluegrass style stuff, some older folk songs, and a lot of them have this picking pattern. And if that's not a style you're into, you can still use this pattern to help improve your picking accuracy. And what I mean by that is not only do you need to know how to play the chords, but you need to make sure that you're playing the right strings. So for instance, if I'm playing a D chord, I can play the the chord the right way. I can have my fingers in the right place. But if I play all of the strings, it sounds terrible. And a lot of the times it's hard to get our pick to accurately hit the strings that we want to hit to begin with. So one of the ways that we can do this is by making sure that we're starting on that string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this picking pattern that is used a lot in bluegrass and folk style music, campfire style songs, that alternates between the root note and the fifth. So for D, that would mean that it's alternating between the D string and the A string. So basically, all I'm doing is going between the D string and the A string like this. So I'm kind of playing the bass part as well as the chord. So to add the chord in, I'm just going to hit that D string and then play the chord. So it's like this. And because I'm making sure I'm picking those strings first, it ensures that I'm only playing the notes that are in the chord. So I'm only playing below the strings I'm picking. So when I pick that D string, I'm just playing from the D down, then the A, just like that. And you can do this with pretty much every chord. So if I went to a C chord, with a C chord, you want to play the bottom 5 strings. And so with the C chord, I do have to move my finger, so that's a little different. So I would play the C, which is on the 3rd fret of the A string, so it's this note right here. And then I would go down. Then I would move my finger to the G string, the G note on the low E string, 3rd fret of the low E string. And this one, you do have to watch where you're picking just a little bit because you don't want to play that A necessarily. But most of the time, when you're going back and forth, your finger is going to kind of hit that A string. So most of the time, you're not going to hit that anyway. But this is what it sounds like. So same idea. You're just having to move your finger back and forth between the 3rd fret on the A and the 3rd fret on the E. So it's like this. All right, and let's see, what's another one? F, same thing, moving your finger back and forth. So here I'm moving my finger between the D string and the A string on the 3rd fret. A is more like D, so you're actually alternating open strings. So you're going from A to E, just like this. And once again, it's helping you. Make sure that you're playing the right strings, because if I played the A chord is a little bit of an exception because you're only having one string that's out of the chord, this low E string, but it still does sound muddy if you're just playing like this. But like I said, it works a little bit better with the A chord. Now, for the lower string chords that you do play all 6 strings, you don't have the same pick accuracy problem with them because you can play all 6 strings, but you can still do this alternating pattern. So like if I was playing an E chord, I would alternate between the E string and B, which is played on the 2nd fret of the A string like this. And with this one, you don't have to worry too much about which strings you're playing. And then finally, the G chord, you would just alternate between the G, which is the 3rd fret of the E string, and the D, just the open D string. So it would sound like this. And then one open chord that I'm missing is the B7 chord. B7 is just like the C and the F. You're going to alternate between these. So you're alternating between the B on the 2nd fret of the A string and the F sharp. And so that's basically the rhythm pattern I'm playing for all of these bluegrass songs. So I'm just alternating between those notes. And one thing that you can do with these, so I do this a lot of the times with the G chord. Once you get used to it, you can you can kind of move around a little bit. So like for instance, I could start with the G, then play the D like normal, and then maybe add the B, which is the 2nd fret. So I'm just kind of going between the notes available to me on the E, A, and D string. So it sounds something like this. So it kind of gives you more of a moving bass part. You can also do that with other strings too. So like if I did it with A, or E, or C. And you can play around with this once you get used to those patterns and kind of mess around with the bass part. And if you listen to some of the bluegrass songs and some of the folk songs that I do that a lot. I just kind of I don't really have a plan sometimes. I'm just kind of playing around with my picking pattern just to see what it sounds like. And a lot of the times in these rhythm patterns, I don't do the same thing every single time. So that's how I'm playing the majority of the rhythm parts to these bluegrass songs. The next chord video I'm going to do, I'm going to talk more about slower songs. And that's another way that you can work on pick accuracy by just playing each string. And I'm going to talk about a couple of picking patterns. One I had talked about previously when I did House of the Rising Sun. So So it's going to be a very similar idea to that one. If you have any questions about this video, guys, or anything that you would like to see, any requests or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Like always, I'm going to take Friday morning off. And so I'll be back here on Monday and be looking for more news over the next couple of weeks about the course and membership that I have coming up. So, like I had said before, it is going to not only be a course where it's one-on-one working with me, but it's going to be a year's worth of access to all of the tablature I have from my YouTube channel. And this is going to be sort of a choose your own path course so that you can choose exactly what you want to learn. And I am going to be here to help you on your journey to become a better guitarist. And I promise you, if you put in the work, you will be a much improved guitarist in as little as a month. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. And to all of our veterans that have served, happy Veterans Day and thank you for your service. I'll see you guys in the next video.